twins Cliff and Chris Paul couldn't stop talking about the assist. And yet, a new question
Daddy, where does this come from?
rendered them speechless. As the Pauls delved deep into their lineage, they discovered something extraordinary. In 1922, local shopkeeper Clifford Paul, Sr., inspired employees at State Farm, a thriving new insurance agency, to be there for customers like a good neighbor. While Christopher Paul, Sr., revolutionized the game of basketball by suggesting players pass the ball to other players who could then score. Delighted that their ancestors invented the assist, the twins could rest assured the gift of giving was in their genes. Allegedly. Nothing endures like the legacy of an assist.
Welcome to this episode of The Rush. I'm Hannah Duncan.
And I'm Michael Hardwick. This week we bring you softball, girls soccer, and baseball highlights as they all took on the Generals of Decatur MacArthur. Also, we have results from the girls soccer varsity tournament and boys tennis, along with exclusive interviews and guests. Let's get started.
The Lady Titans softball team began their games this week at home on Tuesday against Decatur MacArthur. Senior catcher Lexi Kester joins us now. Thanks for coming on, Lexi.
Thanks for having me.
So, looking at the team as a whole, what have been the biggest changes or the biggest adjustments that you guys have had to make since the beginning of the season?
Probably since the beginning of the season, it's been a lot of injuries, one after another, and we'd have to cope with all those and move a lot of people around. But, I mean, overall, we've done pretty well with changing the positions of everybody.
Well, we'll go ahead and see how that takes effect as we run into the highlights here. Sydney Pulaskis-Laher was on the mound for the Lady Titans. How has she really stepped up as a young talent in the face of some injuries like you were talking about?
She's really done well. Her and I have been working together for a while and just getting the trust with each other to know if she throws a bad pitch, I'll have her back and bring her up, and knowing that our teammates behind her really have her back with if they can hit.
Kester, you started off with a hit and an RBI for Glenwood to lead 1-0 in the first. And then a little later in the first, a slow roller isn't handled by MacArthur and Rachel Sandvos runs home. The lead is up to 2-0. How did you guys capitalize on some early errors like that from the Generals?
Usually when we see those mistakes, we can usually find each other and get our bats rolling. We usually have more of that energy in the dugout, and just knowing the teams behind us, we get a lot going.
Olivia McClintock bunts it and it's overthrown to first, so she'll go ahead and run on to third as she puts Glenwood in scoring position again. She's really been a great talent from that side too. And then Kester again, you'll send a hit to right field this time. It's dropped and Glenwood scores again. Another RBI for you. How have you individually been improving over the season?
Over the season, I knew last year I wasn't as top with my hitting, so last year I really worked on it, and from that time being, just my personal goals for the hitting have really expanded and gotten better, and hopefully they'll keep on going.
Another hit goes along the first baseline, and 2 runs will come home to score as first Janik Squibb runs in, and then Carolyn Franke will head home as well. Angie Ford will slide into third, and she is safe as the lead is now up to 6-0 in the third inning. And then another run scores for Glenwood with Hannah Rebbe. You had a big third inning, and how have big innings really been a part of you guys? You'll just go on runs and score a lot.
The big runs and innings for us really help us during our fielding, because then we have that energy, just keep on having our team behind our pitcher, and it just really keeps it going.
Yeah, talking about that good fielding with the double play there to end the threat. And then Glenwood couldn't quite get the 10-run rule in 5 innings, but they were very close as Rebbe will run home to tack on to the lead for Glenwood. But we'll head to the 6th inning. Janik Squibb up to bat will end it with a hit up the middle. Sandvos will run home as the game ends in mercy rule in the 6th. The Lady Titans improved to 13-7 overall and 10-1 in the CS8 this season as Glenwood takes down Decatur MacArthur. 10-0 the final score. Sydney Pulaskis-Laher, the winning pitcher, allowing 0 earned runs and 1 hit. She also recorded 6 strikeouts, and Lexi Yu went 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. This highlight is brought to you by Robert's Seafood Market in Springfield. Then on Wednesday, the girls had another solid offensive performance as they traveled to Decatur to play the Generals again. As we take a look at the results, Glenwood won 13-0, and that'll improve their record to 14-7. So Lexi, with less than a month until the end of the regular season, are you guys as a team thinking about the postseason, or are you just trying to take it game by game?
Yeah, we're trying to take it game by game. We sometimes get ahead of ourselves looking past the teams, but we know we're not supposed to, and usually we get ourselves back in line and just focusing on the games ahead of us.
And what are your personal goals for the rest of the season?
Personal goals, right now I'm kind of leading the conference in RBIs, so I'm trying to keep that up and just keep it going.
And because this is your senior year, end of high school career, how are you going to miss high school softball, and maybe talk about if you have any favorite memories from it?
I want to really miss all the girls, just have fun. I love it when we're having our hitting practice and we're just out playing our music and we just start dancing crazily, and it's just really fun, just spending time with all the girls.
And obviously you're going to miss it, but looking ahead, you're going to play at Lincoln Land, so how are you excited for that and going to join some more Glenwood people there?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Bree Graham, our pitcher last year, she goes there, and then a bunch of other girls from different conferences are there, and I know we'll be a great team, so I'm really excited.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and thanks for coming on, Lexi.
Thank you.
The Lady Titans will journey to Highland High School this weekend for the Triad Tournament, with the first game today at 5 o'clock.
The Glenwood boys tennis team had a great performance when they competed at Jacksonville on Monday to make up from last week's competition. Let's take a look at the graphic here. See, Glenwood would win 8-1. Zhang beat Paulman 6-0 and 6-3, and Tannenhouse beat Hurt 6-0 and 6-0. And then Glenwood had a great day overall. In doubles, Tannenhouse and Lubkeman beat Paulman and Hurt 6-1 and 6-0, and Vance and Patel beat Jacksonville's Hunter and Blue 6-2, 6-1. Now we have more with senior Royce Hill on the season so far and a look ahead.
I'm pretty proud with how the team's doing. We've come out 8-1 and 7-2 in most of our matches, which is a good performance. The team that we really hate to struggle against is Springfield, and they're the team, the one team that we've really lost to in the past. Our meet against them specifically was 2-7. They beat us, which is kind of a wreck, and we're hoping that we'll be able to get back at them in our conference. And there was also the Springfield Invite, where we lost to Springfield again, and U High, which is a very good team. So we're hoping we can catch up to Springfield by conference. Well, I can only go up from where I was.
Next, the boys host the Titan Invite this weekend, starting here tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Now it's time for our first commercial break. When we come back, The Rush will bring you girls track and soccer. Stay tuned.
Do I need to move?
Never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Steve Bedford in Chatham. State Farm is there.
Welcome back to the Rush. The girls track team competed at the Collinsville Invitational last Friday, and let's look at the results here. As they competed, O'Fallon ended up winning the meet. Alton came in second, and Edwardsville in third. Glenwood ended up coming in fifth place with 63.5 points, and in the 1,000 meter, Taylor Justison won, and in long jump, Allison Warner won with 19 feet and 2 inches. The girls' track sectionals are a week from today at Rock Island High School, while the boys are in Morton this afternoon at 4.
The girls' soccer team hosted the varsity tournament last weekend, starting on Friday. First, they played Mount Prospect in a very defensive game. The final score tied at 0. Glenwood had about 10 shots on goal there. And then on Saturday, they would try to get some offense going as they started the day against Maine South. Also with a very low final score, though. Maine South would win 1-0. Wilson had 6 saves, and the Titans had, again, about 10 shots on goal. Still couldn't make anything out of it, though. And then they played again on Saturday in their last game of the tournament as they brought more offensive power against a tough Morton team. Morton would still win 5-4, though. Clintworth would get 2 goals and 1 assist for Glenwood, and Martell would score 1 goal. The Lady Titans dropped 2 games in the tournament, but that did not discourage them as they were back on the field and ready to play on Tuesday at Decatur MacArthur. As we go ahead and run into the highlights, the Lady Titans offense would really build a lot in this game, trying to rebound from some tough losses and that tie against DMAC. Demi Dixon would lead the Lady Titans off when she would score the first goal for Glenwood. The lacking general defense would give the girls plenty of chances to score in both halves for Glenwood.
And then later, Taylor Perriott would score 2 back-to-back goals for the Titans. She's had a great offensive season, normally scoring several goals in the games to help boost the Titans for a chance, title chances first 8.
Next, we have another back-to-back scoring opportunity by Lauren Martell, and by the end of the first period, the Lady Titans are up 6-0. Definitely got their offense going in this one and really just trying to erase the tournament from their minds.
And then at the beginning of the second half, Dixon would score again, and the mercy rule would go into effect, giving the Titans the win.
And then to round out the game, Michaela Kolaski would score her first 2 goals of the season. She went back-to-back and ended up heading it in for the goal. Glenwood would win 10-0 the final over MacArthur. Demi Dixon scored 3 goals and Kolaski scored 2. These highlights were brought to you by Hy-Vee in Springfield. The girls head to Dunlap High School tomorrow at 11 a.m. as they look to keep up the momentum of their last game.
Now it's time for our last commercial break of the day. When the Rush returns, we'll bring you boys baseball highlights, results, and interviews. Don't go away.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Steve Bedford in Chatham. State Farm is there.
The baseball team got their bats fired up as they hosted Decatur MacArthur on Tuesday.
And now getting into the highlight, Glenwood playing Decatur MacArthur at home at South Park, playing Decatur MacArthur. The game starts off as MacArthur you see the Titans running onto the field to start the game. And then game starts off as Decatur MacArthur gets a quick triple from their own Ezra Shaw, putting the Generals in a great position to score early in the game, as you see Shaw rounding second as the Titans cannot quite get their throw in to third in time to get him. And then next batter Andrew Michael would ground out to third, knocking in a run, giving the Generals a 1-0 lead early in the first inning. And then Glenwood starts off with the leadoff batter, Todd Fowler, getting walked, the first of 7 walks on the day for Glenwood. And then 2 batters later, Brendan Hostetler will rip the ball deep into the gap for a double, scoring a runner from second and putting Carson A. Heron at third, and then tying the game at 1-1 in the first. It looks like it's going to be an offensive game for the Titans. And then in the fourth, Hostetler again hits one deep to right field, and it's going to leave the park for Hostetler's 3rd home run of the year at home, and he's had a couple other this season as well. As you see him rounding the bases, just taking it all in, getting the home run, walking home. Titans are up big at this point in the 4th inning, and then this all culminates.
Seeing a lot of good
Let's see
pitches,
what Ben Trask had to say.
Doing the right things at the plate, just by doing the same stuff, getting good pitches, and hitting line drives.
Good luck.
Thanks.
The Titans would end up winning 15-2. Hostetler would hit his 3rd home run of the year and 3rd at home, and the Titans would walk 7 times in the game and also had a hit by a pitch.
The boys headed to Decatur on Wednesday to face the Generals again in another high-scoring game for Glenwood. So we go ahead and jump into the results. Glenwood taking a big lead again. 16-1 was the final. Jake Ryan went 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs, and Brendan Hostetler again stepping up big for Glenwood. He went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. The boys head to Edwardsville for a tournament this weekend. First, they play Highland today at 4:30. Then they have games tomorrow against Lockport at 11 a.m. and Edwardsville after that game at 1:30.
That's it for this episode of The Rush. There's lots of away events this weekend, as boys track is at Morton this afternoon. Softball has the Triad tournament at Highland High School starting today as well, with their first game at 6. And the baseball plays at Highland to start their Edwardsville tournament today at 4:30. Tomorrow, baseball and softball tournaments continue, and girls soccer is at Dunlap. Here at Glenwood tomorrow is the Titans, along with the Special Olympics. Tune in next week for the last episode of The Rundown with Hannah Duncan, and then next week, don't miss the season finale of The Rush. Thanks for watching. See you next time.